Good morning. So yeah, I really wish that they would allow e-bikes on the trails. Michigan is so far behind. Almost every other state that's out there, I see a lot of the other guys, you know, that are out there on YouTube, and they're filming rides, and they're out there on the bike trails and the bike paths, and most of them are like me. They're courteous to other people. You know, they slow down when they come up on people. They acknowledge their presence, and you know, that's good etiquette. That's good trail etiquette. I wish that they would. You know, allow it here. Now there's a trail. It's called the Orchard Trail, and it starts out in Richmond, Michigan, and it goes all the way to Rochester Hills, I think. It might even go beyond that now. And it's like a 50-mile round trip. But it's an old. It's a rail to trail. So it used to be a rail system. They took out all the railroad tracks and they paved it. And it's just asphalt, but they paved it. And man, it's nice. You ride through, you know, all the orchards and the farmland, and it's, you know, there again, it's kind of like the ride that I do along the lake. It's very relaxing. It's very laid back. You never know what you're going to see. You know, you'll see deer and whatnot. You know, and there's spots where it gets congested. There gets, you know, a lot of people on the trail, but it's wider than this. I mean, there's enough room for everybody to use it. And I don't know, they don't do it. Uh-oh. Accident. Wow, that's the landscape company that cuts the grass at my work. You know, there again, people do stupid things. How do you not see a landscape truck? And you pull out in front of him, expect him to stop. He's loaded. He can't just jam on his brakes and stop on a dime. And so you get the front of your car taken off. And it messes up that guy's day. And now that landscape company's got to fix his truck. Now, was it his fault? I don't know. Was it the car's fault? I don't know. Come on, people. Slow down. You'll get there. Look, I like going fast just as much as anybody else. I've had lots of toys that went really fast. It scared the crap out of me and get that adrenaline rush. This person doesn't even know I'm here. Morning.
Total distance 13 miles. Total time 1 hour 2 minutes and 19 seconds. Split speed 11.
Even Grandma out for a walk. She's got her earbuds in. Okay, we're coming up on kind of another landmark of the metro area. This over here, where all these trees are, this is the Henry Ford house. They own all this property over here. Henry Ford, the Fords. It's historic. I mean, it's been here forever. I don't know when it was built. It's been here a long time. Main gate for the Ford house. I was looking to see if it had a date on there, and it doesn't. But that's the main gate. The Henry Ford mansion, the Ford grounds. They have events, and then they'll use this for parking. And they park all the cars out here. So that's kind of a cool thing. And earlier I talked about how the lake has changed over the years. It used to be, I don't want to say polluted, but it was like green water. You couldn't see very far into the water. Well, then the ocean-going freighters brought in zebra mussels. And, you know, they dumped their ballast tanks, and the larvae for the zebra mussels were in the ballast tanks, and them zebra mussels just, they filter everything out of the water, and they just cleaned it up. Now this is called the Milk River. This used to be just brown. It was like a sewer. You couldn't even see into it. Now you can see, you know, 3 or 4 feet down into it. I don't know if you can see here. You can see down into it a little bit more because it's, you know, it's fed off the lake. In fact, there's a bass right there swimming. So there's fish in here again, and you know, it's gotten cleaned up. The zebra mussels actually did kind of a good thing. Oh, there's a bunch of little fish down there. There's some bluegills. So now out on the lake, you couldn't see but 2-3 feet down into the water, and you know, your fishing lure when you were reeling it in. And now, because of the zebra mussels, I've been out in 17 feet of water on my boat, and I can see the bottom. It's that clear now. So it's cleaned it right up. So it's good and bad. The water quality has definitely improved. In the shallows, where there's shallows, the other good thing is there's more weed growth now, and that's a good thing because, you know, it gives the fish a place to hide and habitat and all that. But all the places that I used to go and catch fish, they're not there anymore. They moved. They're in different areas now. They go out to deeper water and different structure and that kind of a thing. They're not, you know, all the places that I used to catch fish 30 years ago, it's not that way today. And there again, it's invasive species, you know, brought in from other countries. There's all kinds of stuff that's, you know, been brought in, you know, plants and animals and insects, and we've got the emerald ash borer that's wiping out all the ash trees in this country. I mean, it came through here like crazy. The emerald ash borer just wiped out the trees big time. But I don't think the zebra mussels, I mean, the people complained about them, but I don't think that they're really a bad thing. The power companies don't like them because they plug up all the water intakes for the power plants. They have to go in constantly and clean them out. But, you know, oh well. Who do they charge for that anyway? The consumer. Alright, since I just did the lake ride, I think I'll leave the camera on for a little bit, and I'll take you down to a couple of the marinas along the Nautical Mile. Now they got this area here. This is coming into, we're coming out of the Grosse Pointes now, we're coming into St. Clair Shores, and they got this area here they call the Nautical Mile, and it's between 9 Mile and 10 Mile, and that's where all the marinas are, and all the boat companies, you know, that for selling boats, anything having to do with boats, restaurants, docks, gas docks, marinas, sales, service, all that. I don't know, I'm gonna go around this guy. He's got tinted windows and I can't tell if he would have saw me or not. You never want to jet out in front of a truck like that. He's waiting for traffic to clear. He doesn't see you coming. He's not looking in my direction. He's looking at oncoming traffic, and as soon as he gets a break, he's going to go. And if you're in front of him, guess what? You're looking at the bottom of his truck. Not good.
Total time 1 hour 8 minutes and 36 seconds. Split speed 9.5 miles per hour.
And so, I've been in Michigan a long time, and I've been in the area a long time, and you know, I love to fish. I always have. I've had several boats. And I've always had boats that I trailer. I keep them at home. I don't have to pay marina fees and storage fees and all that. And, you know, and I've had some pretty good sized boats that, you know, I enjoyed them. But for being a fisherman, they weren't practical. So I've always liked smaller boats, you know, 19, 20 foot, that's enough. Outboard motor. And I trailer them. And the reason for that is I'm going to show you in a minute here. This is one of the areas where I used to launch my boat. Let's see if we can cross here. Well, there's all those cyclists. My water's thawing out. I had a frozen bottle of water. This is the start of the Nautical Mile. We'll go ride it. I'll show you, kind of show you what it looks like. This is Jefferson. What do we got there? Google Street View car. Mapping the roads. I see them all the time. Yeah, one car just took right off. Okay, so this is a high-rise apartment building down here. See that tower? That's called the 9 Mile Tower. And this is why I used to like to launch my boat here. Because I don't care where you are on the lake, you can see that tower. No matter where you are on the lake. And so I could always look over my shoulder. Oh, there's the 9 Mile Tower. That's home. Plus, look at this. There's all kinds of places to park a truck and a trailer here. And all these boats that are down here, these are all all fishermen. They're all out there fishing. Okay to go out? Yeah, just want to make sure. Thank you. See, I'm a resident. All I gotta do is show my driver's license. So, St. Clair Shores and East Point shares this boat launch. This has to do with stormwater runoff is what this is all about. It's a pumping station back there, so the people's basements don't flood. They redid this a few years back. But it's a nice little launch here. It's sheltered. It's not real deep though. That's a perfect sized little boat. Now, a while back, I did a video. Anyway, this is the launch here. This is a pretty nice little launch. Anyway, a while back, I did a video and it was called Goose Poop. And then my bike and Betty's bike got covered in goose poop. And this is where we were. But it had rained and everything was kind of wet. And there was a lot of people here and we were riding in the grass and yeah, we ran over a bunch of goose poop. Today it's dry. It's not so bad. Lots of people out here fishing. This is a great lake. This is a freshwater sea, basically, is what it is. And here's all our gooses. Let's see if I can not piss them off. Get chased by a goose. Right now, they're not too bad. They're pretty timid, but when they have babies, oh, they can be something else. Run! They're all talking to me.
Distance 15 miles. Total time 1 hour 15 minutes and 15 seconds. Split speed 9.0 miles per hour.
Well, there's some little babies. Okay, we're not going to bother them because Mama won't like it. It's like there's 4 of them. Mama, Daddy, 4 babies. There's kind of late birds. I mean, a lot of them that I'm seeing are already starting to look like geese. But this is a great place. You can walk out here, bring your wagon, whatever. You know, on the e-bike it would be cool. I can build a little trailer. I can come out here and park and fish for the day. Like you see, the water's a little choppy today. Got a little bit of a breeze blowing across it. It's not bad. I just love being by the water. I used to love fishing. I didn't even care if I caught anything or not. I had my fishing spots that I went to, and I just go out and cut the motor, and it's nice and quiet, and just drift. You know, sometimes I bring a little transistor radio with me and just turn it on really low. I mean, maybe if there's a Tiger game on or something like that, baseball game, and just listen to that. Okay, so this is the 9 Mile Pier. I just saw my front tire fling a piece of goose poop. Wonder if I'm gonna have to wipe my bike down again when I get home. Lots of feathers. They're probably gonna be molting. If they aren't already. When they molt, they can't fly. They lose their feathers, they get new feathers. A lot of people got, I don't know, they got a bad attitude about the geese. They don't like the geese. Oh, they crap all over the place. Well, yeah, they do. So what? So do cows. It's just, you know, it's fertilizer. You know, people don't understand that anywhere there's grass, there's going to be geese. And the reason for that is they're vegetarians. They eat the grass. That's why they poop green. But I think they're kind of a cool bird. Nice little fishing boat. Alright, and get out of this guy's way. Alright, we're gonna go down to the next pier. There's another place where I used to launch my boat. And the Coast Guard station is there. And the pier's been under construction. It's a real nice fishing pier that they got out there for folks, and they've been rebuilding it. So I don't know how the construction's coming along. We're gonna go find out. We'll go ride the Nautical mile. I got 3 bars on my battery still. I don't know how many miles I've done. I got this program running on my phone, and it'll show, it's kind of cool because it shows on the map where you've ridden. It shows you a red line, and it shows you everywhere you've been. And then it'll tell you your average speed. It'll tell you how far you went, how many miles you went. And I used to use that app all the time. I used to walk a lot. And that was before I got this, got back into truck driving, and I'm working these long ass days, and I don't really have time to exercise much anymore. So that's another cool thing about the e-bike. Am I getting as much exercise as I would on a normal bike? No, I'm not, but I get some. I tell you what, I do feel it in my legs. I do get my heart rate up, so I know I'm getting some exercise. There's that wind again. Yeah, you can see the flags. We got a north wind today, which is why it's nice and cool. So this is St. Clair Shores. This is the Nautical Mile. That's a boat showroom, boat storage. In the wintertime, of course, this is jam-packed, filled with boats. Okay, see this building over here? Here on the corner, it's a pizza place now. But that used to be a bait and tackle shop and an archery shop. And about, oh shit, maybe it was 30 years or more ago, I worked there. I was a young man. I was a kid. I was in my early 20s, and there was this huge aquarium inside that building. And it was filled with lake fish. We'd catch fish and put them in there. We had everything in there. And it's changed owners a few times now. Now it's a pizzeria. I always thought, that's a cool building. Wouldn't that be a cool building to have an e-bike shop in? That would be cool. Imagine they want a pretty penny for it now. The big showroom, the expensive boats. This is Jefferson Beach Marina. Colony Marine. Look, you can see this is why they call them the Nautical Mile. This is where all the people from the Grosse Pointes come to buy their boats. Is here in St. Clair Shores. Now these are boats that cost more than my house. Okay, so this is Blossom Heath. This is where the St. Clair Shores fishing pier is, and the Coast Guard's down here. They got their station down here. This is a senior high-rise here. Big old cell tower. Kind of funny, I get out of the wind and I can feel it warming up. There's the ramp, there's the boat ramp, that's a launch, it's where you launch. It can get kind of congested in here sometimes, and that's why I didn't usually like launching here as much. Plus you got to walk so far once you park your truck and your trailer. Oh, I hear a big boat running. It's going to burn up some gas. $5 a gallon. More geese, more babies. See how them geese are a little older. They're not quite as fuzzy. Oh, excuse me. There's a cool little boat. It kind of looks like a tugboat. See these boats that are along the seawall here? These are more my size. Those are the kind of boats I like. I can trailer them. Don't cost a lot to maintain them. Yeah, the pier's still closed down. But that's the Coast Guard over there. That's the Coast Guard station. You see a couple of their boats in the back behind it. I wonder when this is supposed to open up. I wonder what their plan is. Once you get, this pier goes way past the Coast Guard, and it's a nice place for people to fish. Look at that out there in the water. I don't know if you can see it. There's a mama duck with a bunch of little tiny babies behind her. It's beautiful. See how you're out of the wind, so look how calm it looks. So, this is the Coast Guard. This is Blossom Heath. This is another place where I launch my boat. This is the Nautical Mile. Tiki bars, floating tiki bars. So this is kind of a nice little park thing that they did here. You can walk around it. You got this little pond here. It's pretty. So this is Mike's Marine. This is a marine hardware store. This is probably one of the best ones around. You need anything for a boat. I don't care what it is. This is where you go. You need cleats, tie down ropes, anything. Anything. That's where you go. Now this is 10 Mile. And I'll probably take this back because this will go right to my house. But then we got Lakeside Tackle, or Lakeside Fishing Shop. And when I have my boats and I fish, that's where I go to get my bait, and some of my tackle, and been there. It's been there as long as I've been in Michigan. I don't know if it's changed owners or not, but it's been there forever. So I'm just waiting for this light to change. I'll wait till I get the walk sign. Just because it makes me legal. Here we go. So these bird scooters are popping up everywhere, and they're electric. And I guess what the deal is you got an app on your phone, and you pay per use on them. And I see people riding around all over the place. You don't have to park them any place in particular. You can ride them to your destination and get off, and you just leave it at the street. And you know, of course, they got tracking devices on all of them, so they just, they come along and they pick them up. They take them back in, charge them up, bring them back out, redistribute them. So yeah, what an enjoyable day. It's beautiful weather. And I'm not even sweating. It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Of course, I'm wearing shorts and a tank top, but still. I mean, compared to the 98-degree weather we had the other day, that was just nasty. I got home from work, went inside the house, hit the AC, I never went back outside. Yeah, I can't stand that heat. I'm more of a cold weather guy. That's why I live in Michigan. So, let's see. When was it? It was Sunday. I went to upload a couple of videos into my computer. And I hooked my GoPro up to it. And it's uploading the files, and I'm watching the progress bar, and it gets about halfway through and the screen of my computer just went black and shut right off, and I'm like, really? What the hell? And so long story short, I mean, I tried everything on it. Long story short, I ended up calling Dell on it. It's a newer computer, it's under warranty. And it was yesterday I called on it. First day of my vacation. I figured I was going to be on the phone with them forever. I was on the phone with them for about 45 minutes to an hour. And long story short is they're coming right to my house on Friday and they're going to put a new screen on it. I guess this thing was flashing a code. And they had me do a couple of tests. Wow, that's cool. They had me do a couple of tests, and they said, yeah, it's a touch screen. I said, the screen's no good. I said, if it wasn't a touch screen, they would suspect it would just be the cable going from the computer to the screen. But being that it's a touch screen, I guess the cable is part of the screen, and so they're sending a guy out to change out the screen on it. So now, after I get the video done today, I'm going to have 3 videos that I got to upload to it. I'm just hoping they can fix the computer. Now the ironic part is I got an old Dell laptop. It's really old. It's got to be 10, 15 years old. It's Windows 7. They don't even support it anymore. But this thing, it's been a tank. I mean, I've never had not one problem with it, and it still works, and I still keep it. Whenever I got to print something, I use that one. So the new computer I use, it's Windows 11. And I'm not a computer savvy guy. I mean, come on. I got a birthday coming up. I turned 62 in a couple of years. I know just enough about computers to get myself in trouble. So it was hard for me to change from my old laptop with Windows 7 that has no support anymore to go to this Windows 11. It's a completely different operating system, man. I was like a fish out of water. Problem is my old computer wouldn't recognize my GoPro camera, and I couldn't upload the drivers to it to get it to recognize it. We tried. It just wouldn't do it. The camera's too new, and I got a GoPro 9, and and the computer was too old, and they just didn't jive together. So I got this a new Dell laptop, and it's Windows 11, and the only thing I use it for, it's kind of ironic, is uploading videos from my camera. That's all I use it for. I don't use it for anything else. Now someday, I imagine my old Dell is going to die, and I'm going to have to use it. But if I'm surfing the net or whatever, I got a Samsung tablet that I use for that, a phone, and I hardly ever use a laptop anymore. It's getting to the point now where your phone and your tablet, those are computers. You don't really even need a laptop anymore. So it's like I hardly ever use it. I've got this big giant printer that I got hooked up to my old Dell, and how often do I use it? I don't really use it much anymore. The only reason I used to really like the printer is because I restore old machinery and sewing machines and stuff like that, and I could print off the parts list and the parts breakdowns and the owner's manuals and all that kind of stuff. I do woodworking, so sometimes I could print off plans or patterns or ideas of something that I want to make, and then also that's what the printer was for. But I don't really do. Look at this zigzag. Here again, the X-Class turns really good. This thing is highly maneuverable. What a great day for a ride. I don't know how many miles I did. I probably did 20, maybe. Let's see if I stop pedaling. Now it still shows 2 bars on my battery. I'm still taking it easy though. Like I say, I just want to make sure that, you know, I'm not getting too much wind noise on the mic, and I'm just enjoying myself. Nice casual ride. I'm in no hurry to get anywhere. I don't need to go fast. Okay, I got a walk sign. I'm going to take it. I-94. No walk sign. I think I'm going to stop. Red light. Yep, I'm going to stop. So this might be kind of a lengthy ride. It might be kind of boring for some people, but I don't know. At least I got to show you the Gran Torino part of it. That was the most interesting part. Here we go. I got the walk sign. Come on, let me through. Oh, this is different. Ran out of sidewalk. Got this little trail here. Let's ride through the parking lot. Oh, Mario's Meats down here. I go there a lot of times to get steaks for the barbecue when I could afford them. He's got great meat there. Fat Italian guy. You want to buy your meat from a fat guy or a skinny guy? I want to buy my meat from a fat guy. Who do you want cooking your food? A skinny chef or a fat chef? I want a fat chef. Oh, I'm back into my neighborhood here. This is kind of nice when I do rides like this, because I take my trunk off the back, my top box off the back, and it's I don't know, it's easier to get on and off the bike. It's a little more enjoyable. But that box is great for commuting. Man, I tell you, I haven't put gas in my truck in 2 weeks. I just came off the full mark. I only had to drive it a couple times. Now, there's my little pickup truck. It's pretty much a driveway ornament now. I try not to drive it unless I absolutely have to. I've had it a year. I only got 4,000 miles on it. We really dried out last week. The grass has really slowed down. I've gone from cutting 2 times a week to now I'm cutting once a week, and it's starting to dry out and go dormant in places. And I'm not watering it. Pick patio tables in the shade, gotta love that. So let's see here. There's the bike. Let's see if I take my helmet off. I got my helmet, my camera's mounted to my helmet. I wonder if, I'm going to pause in a minute here. Let's see. Here's my app. You can't really see it. See it? Anything that's got LED, like the screen, gives me them stupid,
43 minutes and 56 seconds.
stupid bars.
Split speed 4.3 miles per hour.
All right, let me see. I'm gonna pause.